Okay. All right. Now that's good.
Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. It's your boy Rico No Suave, and I am back. Super happy to be back with each and every one of you guys. Oh man, yeah. I hope you guys are super ready because I know I am super ready as well too. So one thing is that when we're coming back, and because I missed you and you missed us, I have to say that it's just a beautiful thing to be able to know that you are back with us as well too. And the Rico No Suave show is continuously growing and continuously loving your support. So thank you guys so much for being back with us. But I do got to give a big shout out to ATL. We went to Atlanta this past weekend, and big shout out to my man John Taylor for actually rocking it out. Big shout out to Anton Mitchell and all of the guys there at the Urban Short Film Festival in Atlanta. It was awesome. We had such a blast. Man, I tell you, when it comes down to actually having people on the red carpet, it was such a great experience. And it was like, hey, you guys got to come back. You got to come back and let's just rock it and go from there. So thank you, ATL, for having the Rico No Suave show there for the red carpet for the Urban Short Film Festival. Big shout out to Anton Mitchell. Also, big shout out to Hollis Wilborn as well, too. Great hospitality. That Southern hospitality was just, man, just awesome, man. Everybody was just so awesome and so great as well, too. All right, we got to talk about what also is great, too, is because We went to LA, me and my man. So we're gonna put that one. Let's put that one on the big screen because I want to make sure that that flyer itself from Jacqueline Murphy. I want to see that photo because she is the bomb. She is the bomb. So, okay, no worries. So, there it is. All right. So, you know what happens, when we talk about entertainment, like Entertainment Tonight, Hollywood, and all that great stuff. We have a new pilot. So, me and my producer, Connor, we went down to LA. We was in Santa Barbara, and we had a great time as far as being on Entertainment Today. And what was that all about? It was all about telling us in Chicago about what we do here and how we love to actually spread the love as well. Now, of course, our producer, Connor, was talking about him, and big shout out to JD Slackert. And then also Mike. Mike was there. I forgot his last name, Mike Cregan, but he was also as well. And big shout out to my man Fred that was doing the video in the back end, and Jacqueline Murphy. So Entertainment Today was such a great, great show to actually be on. But what I will tell you is this: that pilot that she actually has, and we all want to pray and hope that this goes well because that's going to help, of course, the Rico No Suave show go to another level, but also for her to be right on television where she should be. So thank you so much, Jacqueline Murphy. Let's get it on. I got to introduce this beautiful young lady because, when we talk about an actress, when we talk about legendary, we talk about legendary from James Bond. Da-da, 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 da-da. And this beautiful young lady was a girlfriend in 007, Live and Let Die. She has played in multiple movies, really great movies. I think Sidney Poitier was in there somewhere. I know it was, but I'm going to let her go around and tell you. She is also a beautiful singer as well, too. When we talk about beauty, when you talk about eyes of the beholder, but you got to listen to the voice because the voice is beautiful as well, too. And she's also an author, which we'll be able to talk more about. Everybody, I want you to stand up. You got to give her a standing ovation. Even if I don't hear you clap, put your hands together for none other than Gloria Hendry. Let's go. All right, Gloria. Are you there, love?
Hello, 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 Rico. No suaves, or nada suaves.
Let's go. Let's
Oh my
go.
God, what the wonderful energy. Thank you so much for a wonderful introduction.
Hey, it's my pleasure, because you're legendary, right? And I have a legendary moment right now as far as having you on the show, as far as with us today. And you're in sunny California. You're in Cali, correct?
Cali, California, Southern California,
Let's
yes.
go. Let's go, man. Let's go. And there's so many things that I want to talk to you about, but I do also want you to, recognize a few people that helped you along the way. But I want you to give some shout outs. Do you have any shout outs to anybody out there that you want to show some love to?
Oh, golly, there's so many people that, first of all, you cannot get through with anything without help from everybody, your mother,
Yes.
your father, your aunts, your uncles, your friends from grade school. The one thing you learn is that when you look back, when you were in grade school, you left them when you went to the next level, which was probably seventh grade. Then you left them again after eighth grade. Then you went to junior high. Then you left them again when you got to high school. Then you left them again and went on to college. And
Mm-hmm.
then all of a sudden, when you got out of college, then your first job or the job that you were studied for, and
Yeah.
etc. You're constantly leaving people who also gave you the ladder to stand, to listen to them. They gave you advice as you went along the way. And also, maybe you were interrupted also by some people that really didn't mean you well. That means that you have to learn how to make choices according
Yes.
to where you want to go.
Yeah.
And we make mistakes, but mistakes are good because you learn from them because everything is perfect. And some people do have a wonderful score in school where everybody loves them and they've been pampered like a football player from the time he was 8 years old. And when he finally got to college, he was pampered. But the time that he had to leave that game, then he came down to reality of all the people that he left, but all the people that gave him hands up And all of a sudden now he's settled into where he is. And that
Awesome.
is where I am today.
All
I've
right.
been through all the tumbles and the ups and the downs and around, and
Yeah.
life bites. Just
Yeah.
remember, life bites.
It
And you have
does.
to bite back.
Yes.
And if you
Yes.
don't back, if you don't bite back, the weeds come up and all of a sudden you're buried and you're in a corner all by yourself and nobody's calling you
Yeah.
because you are not acting like you're alive,
Right.
even though you have now settled in. Now you really have to create your life standing on top of where you've been with all the knowledge that you have and all the people that walk through your life. You might have to make some phone calls
Yeah.
and say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's
Yeah.
so many people, starting with your kindergarten teacher. First of
Yes.
all, your parents.
Yes.
And lots of us don't have great parents
Sure.
because as you look back, you go, man, I wish I had another set of parents
Yeah, for
because
some
you've
of them, yeah, you're
grown,
right.
because you've grown. And not
Yeah.
only because you've grown, because you see all other ways of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
it really
love
is,
that.
it's beautiful out here, man. And it's also hard.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you only recognize every breath you take
Yeah.
is hard.
Mhm.
That first breath you took when you were born, that was one hell of a, and then you cried.
Yeah.
And now we're continuing to breathe, and it's rough out here. But you
Yeah.
settle in, and life is tough. Life is tough, but it's also incredibly adventurous and rewarding.
Yes, it is.
But you got to be in shape.
Yeah.
And that baby started walking, baby. He said, I want to be like you. The baby started walking. And you know what? You never stop
Yeah.
walking until you do.
Mhm. I love that. I love
I'm
that.
still walking and I'm still running and I'm still lifting weights. I'm still
That's good.
dancing. I'm
Yeah.
still singing. I'm still
Okay.
acting. I'm still writing. I'm hanging out with my 18-piece orchestra.
All
And
right.
we did a show just recently at the Catalina and we tow it up.
Let's go. Hey,
We
you
tow
know,
it up.
well, hey, I do got a clip that we will show of you cutting it up, and tearing it up, a little bit, of course, because we got that later, and I was gonna tell you that, hey, we got a surprise for you, but I can't hold on surprises too long, because I gotta let the legend know. We do have that for you. So, Gloria, we got to get it
Yeah.
on because there's so much to be able to learn about you, but not enough within 1 hour, right? And one of the things that I do want to, talk about is what everybody wants to know. How did you get picked for the girlfriend of 007, Roger Moore, Live and Let Die in 007? Talk to us about that.
How did I get picked for 007 Live and Let Die with Roger Moore, his first Bond film
Yeah.
and his first lady of color or
Yeah.
girl of color, because I was a girl then,
Hmm.
and also the first Bond film that was basically all people of color, shot in Jamaica, shot in
Nice.
Montego Bay, in Negril, in St. Lucie, Port Call, shot in New Orleans, the Bible Belt of jazz, and New York City, Harlem, the Bible Belt of really the country of jazz, blues, and we had our own way of dancing back then compared to today. Yeah, so yeah, it was. Had done Black Caesar with Fred
Mm.
Williamson. And I was in the process of doing that. It had to be one of those, one of the crew or someone from that show. And also prior to that, For Love of Ivy, I did with Sidney Poitier and Abby Lincoln. I was
Mm-hmm.
the Playboy bunny at the Playboy Club.
Mm.
Working there, when I got that role, he asked me to, Chloe, how would you like to be in a movie? I said, talk to the bunny mother. And even in the process, right? And even in the process of that, I had been modeling and breaking all kinds of color lines with Richard Roundtree and I modeled a lot together back then in those
Oh
days.
wow.
And it was only a handful of us, people of color, working in the entertainment business of television, and film because
Yeah.
I mean, golly, back in the day of the 40s and 50s, were from the Billie Holiday, the Lena Hornes, and yes, I'm naming a lot of women
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
partial, I'm female. And it took a long time before we started coming back on the scene. But most of us were maids
Mm-hmm.
or in some kind of lesser position instead of starring roles. But Sweet Sweetback Badass Song with legendary Melvin Van Peebles came back home from Europe with in his underneath his arm he had the film of Sweetback Badass Song. And that was the
Mm-mm.
opening to us of the black exploitation, they called it, but a lot of us called it Black Renaissance. And how I got selected for the film, I swear it's somebody from the crew of Black Caesar, because Larry Cohen, Jewish, a Caucasian man, a wonderful writer, and well known back in the day. AIP was around, American International Pictures, and a number of other studios were around, which are not around today. And a matter of fact, Pam Grier was around, Jane Kennedy, Vanetta McGee, Max Julian, like I said, I read Jim Brown. I starred with him in a film called Slaughter's Big Ripoff. I know I'm going all over the place, but I'm giving you the background. And they were after Black Caesar. Black Caesar was, golly, I think the Black Caesar was 72, 73, something, 71, 72, back in the early part. And Sweet Sweetback Badass Song with Melvin Van Peebles was before that. But how I got selected, my manager, I came out here to California because Ken Menard, who understudied for Sidney Poitier, said, Gloria, you need to come out to California because that's where all the movies are going now. I said, really? I was doing a lot of commercials,
Mm-hmm.
breaking all kind of color lines with commercials and illustrative photos,
Mm-hmm.
ads. So I came out here. I called an agent. He said, yeah, come on out. And so I flew out, plus being a bunny. I flew out and we made good money back in those days.
I'm
Being a
sure.
waitress, we were doing $2,000 a week in cash.
Woo.
And and those were the times where people were getting about $175 a week for work. We were
Wow.
living good.
Wow.
So here I am. My manager called me, Lloyd Comar, and says, they want to see you for Live and Let Die, a Bond movie. I said, what? I'm not
Wow.
tall. I'm not blue eyes. Well, I
Mm.
do have a hint of it. Well, now I got a little blonde in my hair. I said, but I'm not big busted. And they said, Gloria, we want to see you. I said, okay. I said, but where is it? He said, in New York. I said, I just came out to California. He said, you have to fly back. I said, oh my God. For an audition, 99% of the time we don't get it. So
Right.
I flew back because I still have my New York apartment. And I met up with Harry Salzman, my producer, and a handsome man with white hair. And as soon as I came in the door, he said, Madam, I hope your flight was great. I said, yes. And he said, how would you like to go to New Orleans to meet Guy Hamilton and Roger Moore? They'd like to meet you. And I said, okay. So they arranged a limousine to pick me up, which I was already used to riding in a lot of limousines. Anyhow,
Nice.
I land up in New Orleans, and I met up with Guy Hamilton and Roger Moore from The Saint. And
Yeah.
there I was talking to them, and they said to me, Gloria, would you like to stay over? I said, no, thank you. And I took the next plane back because they said they're still looking. So
Okay.
there I was. I went back to New York and then off to California. And believe it or not, in a week, my manager told me, you got the film. I said, what?
Wow.
I never said one word.
Wow.
I never did any of a real bona fide audition other than them seeing me. And that was it.
Do you think that it was more of the unique look, the beautiful unique look that you have? Do you think it was pertaining to that, or do you think they wanted to see how your was it a personality thing? Did they ever tell you why they actually picked you?
Well, Roger wrote a wonderful foreword for me in my book, and he said he liked my energy a lot, and
Okay.
that we seemed to get along, and he liked that. And I
Yeah.
made him laugh, and vice versa, he made me laugh. We became friends even after the movie was over.
Nice.
Friends.
Yes. Yes. Well, 007, is always one of those smooth guys, when it comes to, whenever you see him, you got the gadgets, but he's always good with the ladies. And it was such a great thing to be able to see, even back in the day when my parents used to watch it to, of course, where it is now. And you see how the changes are actually made when you were actually filming, because you became great friends and you had that great connection, did that make it easier for you to interact with him as an actress?
Yes, absolutely. Because he was a gentleman. He was really
Yeah.
kind. He shared his autograph signing whenever someone asked him for an autograph, he would give it to me too. That was my first introduction to signing autographs. And I was in the same car with him with the limousine every morning, and we swam together. His
Oh,
apartment was
nice.
right next to mine and his hotel with his family. And I knew his children. They were right next to me. Harry Salzman was next to on the other side, as though they were protecting me. I fell in love in Jamaica. I fell in love with
Nice.
a Jamaican gentleman, which,
Nice.
oh my God. Yeah, I would sneak out at night after we did the shooting. I would sneak out at night and hang out and have a ball in Jamaica. Oh my God, did I have a good time?
Yeah.
I went back for a number of years to visit him.
Yes, yes, yes. Well,
Oh my
it
God.
sound like a good memory
Oh,
to me.
oh man, it was hot and heavy. We had a great time. So yeah, it was though they were protecting me, and honey, I would be sneaking out. Yeah, so we wound up
I
being
love it.
friends. Oh yeah, and every time I saw Roger, he would invite me to events,
Yeah.
and he would be selling his book.
Hmm.
Warner Brothers, I mean, Times Magazine or New York Times was there in New York, and I was invited where his book was being initiated, and I was on his cover.
Okay.
I was on his cover
Wow.
of his first book.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh
he really,
man.
he really, he really pumped me up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He really did. He always did. Whenever all the Bond ladies would be on stage, we would be at an event. He would make it a point, Gloria, Gloria. He comes in, all the girls are standing there to be hugged. He comes directly to me, and I go, "Oh my God, they're gonna hate me." Oh my
I
goodness.
can imagine. But hey, you
Oh
was the Bond girl. You was the Bond girl,
yeah.
and Bond lady, Bond girl. But it was hey, it's an awesome experience to be able to hear how you interacted with him, because I think that's such a great thing. The reason why I say that is because you do have a situation where you can become that great actor and actress in movies, but afterwards you really don't talk to each other. But it was good that you were able to keep that connection going, even when he first met you, to afterwards as well too.
Yes, and he again, I'll say it again. He was a gentleman,
Yeah,
and I had a lot of respect for him. You know,
nice, nice.
I didn't try to interrupt his life, and he didn't try to interrupt mine.
That's awesome. And I think that's why he screamed your name, because he knew that you were just cool like that. And
Well,
I think that's what it was.
and even today, his family is doing a documentary on him, and
Oh
they've invited
wow.
me to also be a part of it.
Good job, man.
Yeah, even
Blessings.
today.
Oh, that's awesome. That is
Yeah,
awesome. You got to keep me up to date in regards to when that's coming out. So I definitely would
certainly.
know, as far as to, keep that on the back burner and, help wherever we can. But hey, it's about you once again. Before we take a quick break, man, because time do fly by fast. We just started and time is flying by fast already. And I knew this
Yes,
was going to happen. I knew the energy was
yes.
just going to make us miss time. But
Takes one
in
to know one.
Hey, so when it comes down to real quick, when it comes down, we'll talk about it a little bit more. But when it comes down to the whole transition of movies that you've been in over time, technology does change. What did you think about how technology in the film industry was actually going from when it was, from back in the day up until now? What do you feel about that?
We had no idea. We were so busy making movies and trying to make our stars and fighting the system, meaning fighting the negativity that we were involved in, like action movies
Yeah.
was not really well known among females as far as that's concerned,
Yeah.
and also the action among us people of color. We were killing white folks.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Cussing them out. We were doing the whole barrio thing with the whole
Wow.
cultural situation in the midst of all the prejudice and the systematic system against us. At the same time, we were going against all kinds of grains, religion, church people, teachers, uh, priests, ministers, I mean, you name it, as far as
Wow.
the positive side. But we
Yeah.
were busy doing action movies, and people from all over the world were coming to see us,
Yes.
meaning, what? And also, there was a message. There was a message. The message was, we're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
We're sick and tired of not being included.
Yeah.
We're sick and tired of us beating up on each other and trying to get to the money and to the American dream. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired. At the same time, we're saying, hold off, let us make our stars because we will then become financially able to do our own movies like we want to do them.
Yes.
This is not necessarily what we want to do, but you're hooking into this. How can I leave all this action and expect you to come to see the River Nigers or the films that doesn't hold any action? We have to hold the audience where it is
Yeah.
and how it came to us. When we threw it out there like that, they came to us back like that. It was like, oh, we got a hook.
There you
So
go.
that's what we did. And we did the hook. And then the studios were really under at that time. A
Yeah.
lot of studios were struggling. And when we were bringing in, because we have Betamax, like they have
Yeah.
cell phone now, you
Betamax.
can make your movies. We were making ours off of Betamaxes.
Yeah.
Remember Ron O'Neill with Superfly? He
Yes.
did that, you know, and whatever
Yes.
else that Melvin Van Peebles did, however he did it.
Van
But we
Peebles.
had access
Yeah.
to the machinery. There was a time you had to get all this equipment. It cost too much damn money, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The money that they charging for all this stuff. So we had that access. And so we were running as hard and fast as we could. And between everybody going against us, even my family, what are you doing in the nude? What are you doing in the nude? You shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, but you were coming to the movies all over the world. We were
Yeah.
busting all kinds of financial and said, we set the studios up. The studios began to make money. Then they shunned us, threw us aside, went back to their Caucasian movies, however
Yeah.
they wanted to make their stuff. But
Oh
they made
man.
it off of us. And we know they did. When you
Yeah.
look back at the statistics,
Yep.
a matter of fact, China, our movies were going really incredible. All over the world, Europe too.
Yeah.
So with that in mind to say, no, that's what we were involved with. We had no idea what films panorama or 3 hour movies or series movies or the animated movies. Now the
Mm-hmm.
robot movies, even the robots are now in cartoons. I mean, now we really are the Jetsons. I mean, we
Yeah.
really are flying around in our cars.
The
We really
futuristic.
are going across the water in a car and making it out of a boat. We really
Right.
are doing all of
James
this
Bond.
today.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. And James Bond was ahead of his time.
Yup.
And they have a
Yeah.
museum now in Washington with all the gadgets. And we had and Bond, here I am among the Black Renaissance. Here I am doing the Bond film, and they're part of the future too. Look at what they did, and they
Yeah.
created flying cars. They created cars in the water. They
Yeah.
created yeah, to shield the car so be bulletproof or
Mm-hmm.
bomb proof. I mean, there's so much to say that
Mm-hmm.
I've been involved with all this going forward. And when I look back, it's like, wow, we're talking 60 years here.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that, man. I like that.
We're
Gloria,
talking
because
60 years here, man.
that's
And look
a.
at me. I'm still running. I do an hour running. I'm still pumping iron. I'm still on the bike. I'm still swimming. I'm dancing. I'm singing. I'm acting. Hey, I can do this as long as this body allows me to,
That's
and I
right.
try my best to take care of it.
Hey, you keep doing that, love, because there's no stopping you at all. And when I
Well,
says
what's
there's
going
no
to stop
stopping
me
you,
is
mm-mm,
what's stopping me is nature and whatever else that comes with it. But life is a ball on the
yes,
high side,
let's
and
go.
life is tough.
Yes,
Life is hard.
yeah, I know, I know.
Enjoy your pain and enjoy your life, and how well you deal with your situations is how well you live. And
I love you. I love
the
you.
more you
That's all I
know,
gotta
the
say.
better you are.
Yeah, I love you. And we gotta take we gotta take a quick commercial break because, like I said, we're gonna be here for 2 hours if we don't do that. Love, it's so great to have you. I want you to hold back, sit back for shortly. I do got a surprise for you, but hey, everybody, you already know it's my girl Gloria Hendry. It's legendary here. It's legendary time. Everybody, we got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back. Give you 30 seconds. Let's go.
How long I've waited just to love you. Now that I have found you,
Gloria Hendry, movie star, icon, headlining singer. From intimate club appearances to fronting a sold-out show with legendary bandleader Jimmy McConnell's big band, Gloria Hendry leaves audiences shaken and stirred. Gloria Hendry in concert. Why book a singer when you can have a legend? Want to bring Gloria home? Her updated autobiography is on sale now at Amazon.com, or you can order it wherever books are sold. And her first big band CD, Gloria Hendry Sing, with Jimmy McConnell's big band, is currently on Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Apple Music, and LiveX Live. This is one you're going to want to listen to with a nice cold martini. For Gloria Hendry booking and appearances, contact her here.
Oh yeah, that was a surprise for me, and I know it's not a surprise for you, Gloria.
Yeah, I'm doing Bond songs, man, now.
Man, oh wait, when
A
I
Bond
watched that
lady.
video 4 times, I
I'm
was
the
like,
only Bond lady doing Bond songs.
let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And when I like I said, when I was listening to it, I had to say, I had to put that on repeat. I was like, just to hear you at the very beginning when you hit that first note, I was like, yeah, it's showtime, baby. It's showtime. Let's go. Let's go. you know, you've done a lot, and of course, now we're almost at the half of the hour as well, and we have to get to what we call the whole singing moment, because you are an actress and you start and you're singing as well. The transition, have you always been singing, even back in the day, and how was that transition like? Was it half and half? What was that like for you?
Well, back in the 60s, I was with Singer Studio International. Frank Price was my manager, and that was his company. And back in the 60s, yes. And we had $1 million, and it was like, okay, with a big biscuit, I believe was, well, anyway, yes. So we were trying to get a record company like Columbia, etc., to sign me. And we would have, I rehearsed every day with my band, and periodically I had a job. And when I went out, and how they treated us singers, especially people of color and female,
Hmm.
and where they would put me up with these lousy apartments or room, like one room in the bathroom was awful, like it had rust in it and all of that. And the way
Mm.
they treated me like an underling, or like a person of color that they didn't really want around. I mean,
Mm.
I got such backlash every time I stuck my face out. And what are we going to do with her? Because I wasn't singing gospel, I wasn't singing the blues, I was singing jazz. And I love jazz. A
Yeah.
matter of fact, I was a violinist in school, in grade school, up until college, and love classical music as well. So
Yeah.
here I am trying our darndest, us trying our darndest to really get a hold, to be a part of the American dream. It
Nice.
never happened. We
Mm.
ran out of money. We really
Mm.
couldn't get a tour going. It was so difficult, and I had to go back into the law business. And I'm in the legal business. I'm also a litigator. I went to
Okay.
Essex College of Business for Law when I left high school.
Mm.
And I wanted to be an attorney. And again, here we are, systematic. I
Yeah.
wanted to be an attorney, and my counselor. Well, we all had counselors to talk to, and they said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I said, "I want to be an attorney." They said, especially being female too. Let's be realistic. He patted on my hand. He said, "Let's be realistic. You could be a legal secretary." I said, "Okay."
Wow.
So when I
Okay.
graduated high school, I wound up going to Essex College of Business for Law, and I became a legal secretary, believe it or not.
Okay.
I became a legal secretary to an attorney who was doing de facto segregation, Brown versus Board of Education, and that was Roy Wilkins, Robert Banks, and Barbara Morris in New York City.
Mm.
And I was there for a period of time, and really got sick and tired of all the threats. NAACP was the organization, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Mm-hmm.
And in working in New York, living in Newark, New Jersey, the murder capital at that time of the country, and
Yeah.
I've almost been killed. I've been attempted rape at me.
Oh my
I've had to
God.
fight quite a bit physically, and I hung out with the guys. I didn't hang out with the girls as a young girl. I was very broke out like I was a football player. I was built like a brick sugar honey iced tea house.
Oh wow.
I don't mess with me. And
Yeah.
back in those days, the guys used to say, "Too bad she's a guy." I was no guy. I had to protect myself
Oh
because some
wow.
dudes, honey, were something else. But they taught me how to fight, and thank God they did, because I did encounter two guys came up to me and they cut me from my chest to my back, but I
Mm.
happened to have my mother's alpaca lining coat on. That saved my buns.
Mm.
But I kicked them both in the face and I took off. I don't know how the hell I did that. But
Yeah.
what the guys taught me, they said, whatever you do, never stop moving.
Yeah.
Never stop moving.
Yeah.
And they taught me how to fight. So thank goodness they did. I was around 17, 16 years old when that
Sure.
happened to me. Yeah. Yeah, and a
Wow.
number of other things, but I'm not even going to go through that.
Right.
But at the same time, yeah, how was I become a singer? Well, I didn't like how they treated me, and that's pure and simple.
Mm.
So I eventually went on to law school. I mean, to be, working in lawyers' offices. Then I opened up my own firm called Hank's Legal Services.
Okay.
Down the line, when I came out to California, and I would hire attorneys to take care of my clients.
Yeah. Wow.
And I
Wow.
did that for a period of time. And then I went back to singing again
Yeah.
because I always sang in my car,
Yeah.
and I would rehearse with pianist, and to help me with my repertoire. And then I got married, to a wonderful person who was a producer at Capitol Records,
Okay.
Nancy Wilson, conductor, pianist,
Okay.
university graduate of music and classical. He played classical music. He gave concertos of Chopin and etc. He gave concerts back in the
Okay.
day, and
Okay.
he wrote my arrangements. And he wrote arrangements for a lot of people. He was with Chess Records, and he's well known. And I didn't know that when I met him. I didn't even
Mhm.
know who he was. So we were together for 46 and a half years.
All
I
right.
was married to him for 40, I was with him 46 and a half years old total
All
from
right.
our relationship. And he passed
Blessings.
in 22. But a
Okay.
wonderful gentleman. Oh, I mean,
What's his
a
name?
wonderful man. Philip, his name was Phil Wright,
Phil
Phil,
Wright.
Right. Now,
Wow.
you would say
Blessings.
pianist when you look them up.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
pianist. Yes.
Blessings, man.
So I
Blessings.
went back to singing again,
Okay.
as especially when he expired. But I was still singing here and there. We were singing with 18-piece orchestras while he was for the past 15 years, where he would conduct and where he would what do you call collaborate with other conductors and other bands, so I could sing too, and he can also do his original music. So for the past 15, 20 years we did that, and then he became ill, and I sang while he was ill, and he would play the piano, and we would have a good time until that time came. And it looks like we're having a little trouble with our camera, are we not?
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of lag as far as with the camera as well. It's just the
Yeah.
clarity. That's all. It's just focusing right now. All right, man. Well, that's
Okay.
that's that's awesome. I mean, it's uh, there's so many things when it comes in. And the reason why I asked about the singing piece is because singing has probably already been there in your system to be able to sing no matter where you go and what you do. And of course, from the acting standpoint, those really go, hand in hand. Even if you're listening to the soundtracks, you're singing along with the soundtracks of the movies as well too. But the one thing I love about you and how photogenic you are when it comes to the camera. I do have a photo that I do want to put up real quick of you of it's kind of that afro style and I love afros and I think it's kind of like a black and white. See if I get my producer to put that up and see if we can put that up for you. So let's show this one. I love this one.
Uh, purposely,
Oh my
purposely.
goodness. So this
Angela
photo,
Davis,
yes, yes. I love it.
purposely, I wore that. I wore
Yes.
that on purpose in the Bond movie.
Yeah. And
I wore it on purpose.
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful portrait of yourself, but it's the natural piece that I really love about it. And that really stands out even when you stood up with the bond. I had the bikini on, and then you had the gun, and you was in action right then and there. And then you saw the other side where the afro came out even more, and it was just a beautiful thing. When I saw that, it's like, you know what, I gotta show that one as far as on the show because that highlights the legendary of you and your natural beauty. You're beautiful always, but that piece right there, of course, have great memories of you being legendary. So that's why I want to put that up.
Thank you for that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Love, we got to take a quick break because it's almost time. I'm telling you, this hour's going back too fast, Gloria. It's going back too fast, love. The time is not on our side right now, but it is on our side up to a
Yes, it
certain
is.
point.
We got to. I'm trying to talk as much as I can.
It's all good. All right, sit back, relax, because you know what I got for you? We got this called NASCAR Moments. NASCAR Moments, everybody. You already know this is what we do because we love what we do with NASCAR. But we want to give you those special moments. And sometimes the special moments can be good, and some of them can be bad, and some can be like, wow, did that just happen? So, Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse got into a kind of a argument, and Ricky is on the right side there, as you can see, or maybe it's your left, but he's the one in the gray shirt, and of course Kyle Busch is in his gear there, and this was just right after a wreck. So what happened was is that Kyle Busch got hit, and I'm sorry, Ricky actually got hit and then smashed up his car. And what happened was is that Ricky actually went to the pit, but he put his car in Kyle Busch's pit, got out of the car, and said some words to the pit crew as if they were really, really like, what's going on? And he was just pissed. He was just mad. So, of course, he threw a punch, and I didn't want to show the video here, but I do want to let you know that he did throw a punch, and he hit Kyle, and, of course, that caused a big of a stir. So as you can see, my man Ricky, of course, this is Ricky himself. He got fined. He got fined for this, and I do want to read off what he got fined. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was fined for $75,000 by NASCAR on Wednesday by fighting Kyle Busch after the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Stenhouse's father, who joined the fracas, was suspended indefinitely. Now that's huge. 75,000 K was fined, was the largest ever handed down by NASCAR for fighting. Busch was not penalized for his actions in the Sunday night race because I think he was just protecting himself. The two tangled on the first lap, and then Busch seemed to deliberately wreck Stenhouse on the second lap. Stenhouse parked his damaged Chevrolet in Busch's pit stall and aggressively climbed the spotter's ladder and exchanged word with the members of the Busch crew, as I was mentioning. So I didn't know that this was the biggest one, but this moment, I tell you, that's a big moment to be able to pay out $75K, and that was crazy for the All-Star race. So just to let you know, that's kind of a wow moment in regards to they do get fined, but that was the biggest $75K moment I'm sure Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is never going to forget. Let's get back to Gloria. Let's go. Gloria, are you still there, love? You still there with me?
Still here, still here.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Love, we got a few
Yeah.
more minutes. Hey, we got a few more minutes of fame, but I do want to talk to you real quick in regards to your book. So you do have a book, and we kind of showed that as far as in the clip that we've shown. But I do want to know the name of your book and a little bit of synopsis because I want people to buy your book. So tell us the name of your book.
Well, the name of my book is, I made it as obvious as possible. Gloria Hendry, 007, Bond, Bunny, Black Renaissance,
Ooh.
IFM, Independent Filmmaking. I purposely named it so whoever in down the line, who is this? Who's Gloria Hendry? Well, I spelled it out. I was a Bond lady, 007 Bond. Bunny, I was a Playboy bunny, plus the Black Renaissance.
Mm. Mm.
The beginning of our Black films
Yeah.
came back.
Yeah.
Yes. Michelle was back in the 40s and the 30s. And, filmmaking is not that old. It's probably 100 and some odd years old,
Sure. Sure.
you know?
Yeah.
And we're constantly advancing.
Yeah. So the book itself, when you thought about writing this book, how long has the book been out?
Well, when I thought about writing the book, I said, you know what? Somebody's going to write a book about me, and they're talking about me. They don't know me.
Yeah.
I'm going to write it. I said, let me write the first one.
Yes.
So therefore they know I wrote this book. I
Yes.
didn't have a writer to write it. I wrote this book.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why I wrote it. And not only that, I'm going to make it into a film or a documentary.
That's
I'm
good.
waiting now for my final script,
Okay.
and I expect it at the end of this month.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Let's
I
go.
might take it to the theater first. I might do it a plays, where I can. And I've been producing myself for the past number of years.
All right.
And that's how I've been keeping myself alive in
Yeah.
the art because I love the arts.
Yes.
I love it. And so I produce my own shows. I get with people who are producing films who are not the huge studios. And some people say, what have you done since Live and Let Die? I have to laugh. I have to laugh. See what I mean? The big studios, there's so many talented people out here.
Yes.
People, please listen to me. Whatever it is that you want to do it. Put
Yes.
your money where your mouth is and
Yes.
do it.
Yes.
Don't wait for Hollywood to discover you. It's like anything else. They do this when they discover you, they're making money off of you because you made
Yes.
it yourself. Do you
Mm-hmm.
understand that? So
Mm-hmm.
you go out and do what you do. Do out and do what you do because
Yeah.
they're just waiting on the side and saying, who can we pick from these wonderful, incredible, talented people? You are talented.
Yeah.
Everybody is.
Yes.
Everybody is a talented person. Just do
Yes.
what's on your mind. Don't look around and say, I want them to find me. honey, find yourself. Because as long as you
I
sit
love
back
that.
and keep sitting back, you'll be like, I can't do this. You can do whatever
Yeah,
you want to do. And
that's
I
right.
said, want. I said, want. So
Yeah,
put yourself, you say, this is what I want to do it. Just go ahead and do it.
yeah, yeah. I love that, man. I love that. I really love that,
And, and just
because you're
remember,
legendary.
life
It's
is hard.
beautiful.
Life is hard. Life is
Yeah.
hard. So what?
That's right. And I love
So
that
what?
you have those lessons that's learned that you can tell us, as far as the people that are struggling, just continue to do it, because they do look for Hollywood, right? And they like, hey, I hope Hollywood discovers us, but then at the same time too, there's other people in the world can discover you even faster.
You
I love
discover
that.
yourself. You discover yourself. Just do it.
Exactly.
And your crowd of people will be right there. Oh, I
Yes.
love you. And you have
Yes.
your body of people,
Yes.
and I'm not trying to say I don't get depressed because I do.
Sure.
I do.
Sure.
I get depressed and it gets so hard out here. But you know what? If you don't care for yourself, nobody can care for yourself better than you can.
Come on. Talk to me.
Nobody.
That's right.
Nobody can care for you more than you can care for yourself.
Come
Nobody
on.
can love you more than you can love yourself.
That's
And you
right.
want somebody to love you as much as you love yourself? You got
Yes.
to be kidding. They're busy with themselves, man. You
Man,
know,
love yourself.
you know,
Yes.
life is a gift.
It
Yeah, it
is.
sure is.
It
You
is.
got to live your life and hope you gel with somebody
That's
to
right.
be able to live. You live individually, but you are together.
Yeah. And people tend to flock to people that's happy, the people that's magnetic, and people that have that talent to be able to make it even bigger, than what Hollywood could be. And I like those words that you're saying, because if you love yourself, people are gonna love you because they see how magnetic you are, and you want to smile all the time and stay positive. And of course we do get depressed, right? But that's part of life, because there's things that you want to do that you just a big critic of yourself, and you want to make sure that, hey, I know that I'm really hard on myself, but I know that I have to get out there and I have to be able to make it. So that's a beautiful thing. That is such a beautiful thing, and beautiful words. I do want to ask about the band. You said there was an 18-piece band. What is the name of the band?
The name of my band is called Gloria Hendry's All Star 18-piece Big Band.
Let's go. Let's go.
And they all
18
come
piece.
from, yes, and they all come from all walks of life and
Yes.
all ages. From the youngest I have is from college,
Oh,
and they
wow.
all
That's
come
awesome.
from different walks of life in different countries, and
Yes.
they all can read, and they all are incredibly talented.
Let's go.
I got white-headed people, and I got babies up there. I
Let's
mean,
go.
and when we got together, oh my God, oh my God, oh God, they're so good. They are so good. It's so wonderful.
I love that. I love that. So, do you guys have
Oh my
a
God, I'm having
residency?
so much fun.
I'm sorry. Say it again, love.
Residency.
Yeah.
Do I have a residency?
Yeah. So,
Well,
at a
we
club
are
that you're always
playing
playing at?
every Tuesday. Well, right now we're playing every Tuesday and rehearsing every Tuesday at the Musicians Union 47 across from the Burbank Airport.
Okay.
We rehearse over there our shows, and we get farmed out.
Sure.
I think I have a show coming up on the 22nd. We
Okay.
But they all are incredible. They share with each other. Oh my God.
I think we kind of lost you. I think we lost Gloria right there for a little bit. Um, yeah, I think we kind of lost her a little bit. Let's see if we can actually get her back and
Here we
see.
are.
Okay, there she go.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Somebody called,
Oh.
and I had to get rid of them.
Okay.
I said,
Where's
"Hang up, hang up, hang up." And they're gonna get me when I get off the phone. Hang up, hang up.
yeah.
Oh
Oh
my God.
man. So you were
Oh, I
saying
love it.
before we got disconnected on this, but you actually said that you have a residency at what is the name of the club of your residency here every Tuesday?
Well, I said we are rehearsing every Tuesday night at the Musicians Union, Local 47,
Oh, okay.
across from the Burbank Airport. That's what we're
Yes.
doing now. We're trying
I
to
see.
find a home. We're
Okay.
trying to find a home where
Okay.
deserving of us
Yes. 18
because
piece,
this
man.
band is hot.
That's a
I'm
lot.
spending or have my own because I'm thinking about streaming and inviting people who are singers that would like to sing with an 18-piece orchestra to hang out with us and do shows together on streaming.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's what I'm in the process of doing.
That's love. I like that.
Besides going out to the other houses and doing that. Yes.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Gloria, I have something for you, and this means a lot to me. It means a lot to me, and hopefully it means a lot to you. So I have a shirt for you.
Oh,
I have,
Rico,
yes, I
nada
have,
sobre.
I, I have this shirt for you. This shirt means a
Mhm.
lot to me, giving it to you as a gem of the world. You've been a gem of the world even before Roger Moore and 007. When you came out into this world as I gotta crawl before I walk, and then when I start walking, I wanted to run, and then when I start running, I use my brain to know where I need to be able to go and to be able to sing, to be able to act, to be able to have a great personality, to be able to know where I was going in life because people started to become magnetic as far as to me because of my personality, because of the bites and battles and obstacles you have been through over time. People have looked up to you, that you've done stuff with City Portier and you did Black Caesar and you did a lot of films that people just wanted to gravitate and say, I need you there. When people need you there and you're in demand, that means that there's a colorful aspect of you that people want to continue to see. And when people saw you on TV, it's just even my parents seen you on TV and was like, I just love to see her play, but also with other actors as well too. And I think for you being and singing just from the clip itself, I told you I played it 4 times. When I played that 4 times, it was the energy that I saw, from you singing and just being happy at what you love to do and having an 18-piece band. And then you wrote a book about yourself, and there's a documentary about you that's hitting the film. This is the reason why you're legendary, but also this is the reason why you're a gem of the world. And I'm so happy to be a part of historical moments like this that we will always live and never die. We will always just let it go and continue to be positive. So I want to thank you for being on the show with me today. Thank you. This goes
Oh.
to you. This goes to you. This
Thank
goes
you
to you.
so much.
This
Thank you
goes to you.
so much, Rico. I
Yeah.
truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's so heartfelt.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I mean
Thank you.
that. I mean
Oh
that.
God,
And I do. I really do
precious.
because, growing up, as far as my mom, she's 86 years old. And just seeing exactly the things that she went through. But also, she's a singer as well, too. She loves to sing. But the thing about growing up in a home with music and, fun and a great atmosphere, I connect with you in regards to what you're doing. And that's why, Gloria, I'm so glad. And big shout out to Beverly Pomerantz as well, too, because she's
Yes,
a ball of fire. And I love her as well, too. So I'm so glad that she was able to connect me with you and for you to be on the show with me
yes,
today.
yes.
So thank you.
And
I really
and the
appreciate that.
best to you. Thank you so much. And the best to you. You keep doing what you're doing.
Thank
And I
you.
love it. Rico, no suave.
Suave. Love,
Rico, no
we gotta put up your
suave.
social media too. We gotta put up your information because I want people to follow you. We gotta have them follow you. So Instagram, Gloria.Hendry on Instagram. Make sure you go and follow her now, everybody. Make sure you blow her up. Don't spam her. Tell her Rico No Suave Show sent you. And also make sure you go ahead and follow her on the next one, which is her Facebook. Yep, Gloria Hendry. Make sure you go and follow her. Follow everything that she's doing there. Go ahead and blow it up, everybody. Show your support, show your love for none other than a beautiful Gloria Hendry. Gloria, it's been a pleasure. It's been
Same here.
awesome.
Same
And
back at you.
yes, and we will definitely have you back on the show, right? Or I might just be on the red carpet interviewing you, love. as far as to see how you're doing on the red carpet, because you know I will. I will be there for you always.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, love.
Okay.
Well, I will let you go. I want to thank you again. Everybody, put your hands together for none other than Gloria Hendry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mwah.
All right, my love. I'll talk to you soon, okay? You take care.
Yes,
Ciao,
yes.
babes. All right, everybody. It is your boy Rico No Suave. Thank you guys so much for actually being here on the show. If you didn't feel this, something's wrong with you. You had to feel the greatness of what we had with Gloria Hendry today. And thank you guys so much for your support. Another great show for you guys to be not just entertained, but be inspired as well, too. We got to put up our social media, everybody, because our website, we got to put up our website, www.riconosuaveshow.com. That's where you find everything about us here on the Rico No Suave Show. And then let's go to our next one. The next one is, boom, you already know, at Rico No Suave Show on Instagram. Yes, on Instagram, everybody. Make sure you go and follow us there. Please do so. And you know our next one is always great. It is Facebook. Like and love everything about Rico No Suave Show there. And, of course, we have another special one. Subscribe to our channel, everybody. Yeah, Rico No Suave Show. Make sure you subscribe and love everything we're doing. Continue to build there with us in our journey. Last but not least, we do have Mixcloud, everybody. Mixcloud.com/Rico No Suave Show. Make sure you go there, follow us there. Turns into a podcast where it comes into audio. So you'll be able to listen to this one while you're driving as well, too. So make sure you please go ahead and support us there. Everybody, we got to get out of here. We want to thank you guys so much. It is Memorial Day weekend coming up, everyone. So I want you guys to please enjoy your Memorial Day weekend and enjoy family and food and always love together. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys next time as we end off the show. Just like this.